Listen up, recruit, because right now your mouth is writing checks your actions can't cash. You think being the loudest guy in the room makes you look sharp? Wrong. It makes you look like background noise with a confidence problem. Real dominance is quiet, it's controlled, it's calculated. The most dangerous operator in any room isn't the one talking nonstop. It's the one observing, processing, and only speaking when it actually matters. When you run your mouth, you leak information. You reveal insecurity, intentions, and worst of all, your need for validation. That's amateur hour. Silence, on the other hand, forces people to guess about you. And guess what? Humans fill in gaps with assumptions, usually giving you more credit than you deserve. That's right, recruit. By saying less, you actually look more competent. It's psychological warfare, and you've been out here disarming yourself. You ever notice how the guy who barely talks suddenly commands attention when he finally speaks? That's not luck. That's scarcity. Words have value when they're rare. If you talk all the time, your words become cheap, disposable, ignorable. But if you stay quiet, then drop one clear, decisive sentence, people lean in. That's authority. That's presence. That's main character energy, not NPC chatter. And don't confuse silence with passivity. You're not zoning out like some clueless recruit staring at the sky. You're engaged, alert, focused. You're watching everything, learning patterns, choosing your moment. Silence is not doing nothing. It's doing everything internally while everyone else is busy broadcasting their weaknesses. So here's your order. Stop narrating your life. Stop explaining every move like you're in a tutorial level. Execute first, speak second if needed. Most of the time it won't be needed. Oh, so now you're out here complaining, huh? Fantastic, recruit. Nothing screams "I'm not built for this" louder than a running commentary about how hard things are. You think you're releasing stress? Negative. You're reinforcing weakness. Every complaint is like programming your brain to look for excuses instead of solutions. You're not venting, you're training yourself to fold under pressure. Let me break it down so even your overthinking brain gets it. The moment you complain, you shift from problem solver to problem announcer. You're not fixing anything. You're just narrating your struggle like it deserves an audience. Newsflash: nobody's handing out medals for describing discomfort. The world rewards execution, not emotional commentary. And here's the real kicker. Recruit. Complaining doesn't just affect how others see you, it rewires how you see yourself. You start identifying as the guy who has it tough. You build a whole identity around resistance and hardship instead of overcoming it. That's how people get stuck. They don't lose because the mission was impossible. They lose because they kept telling themselves it was. You want respect? You want to level up, then handle your problems like a professional. Acknowledge the difficulty internally, adjust your approach, and move. Quietly, efficiently. No dramatic speeches, no pity parties, no woe is me energy. That's NPC behavior, and you're supposed to be the one leading the charge. Take that frustration, that discomfort, that pressure, and redirect it. Go lift, go build, go finish something. Action converts stress into progress. Complaining just recycles it. So here's your new protocol. If you catch yourself about to complain, shut it down and replace it with action. No exceptions. All right, recruit, now we're addressing one of your favorite bad habits, over-explaining. You out here giving TED Talks nobody asked for, thinking it makes you look thoughtful. It doesn't. It makes you look unsure. Every extra sentence you add is like saying, "Please approve of me." That's not confidence, that's desperation in a neat little paragraph. Let me make this crystal clear. When you constantly explain yourself, you're signaling that your decisions need validation. High-level operators don't do that. They assess, decide, and move. If clarification is needed, they give it briefly and precisely. No rambling, no emotional essays, no trying to cover every possible angle so nobody questions them. That's fear talking, recruit. Fear of being misunderstood, judged, or challenged. And guess what happens when you over-explain? People stop listening. Your message gets buried under unnecessary detail. You dilute your own authority. Instead of sounding decisive, you sound like you're negotiating your own position. That's how you lose respect without even realizing it. You think you're being clear, but you're actually broadcasting uncertainty. Strong communication is about precision. Say what needs to be said, then stop. Let silence do the rest. If someone challenges you, respond with clarity, not volume. You don't need to defend every inch of your reasoning like it's under attack. If your actions are solid, they'll hold up without a speech attached. Here's your drill. Next time you speak, cut your words in half, then cut them again. Deliver the core message and move on. No fluff, no filler, no nervous over-explaining. You're not here to convince everyone. You're here to execute. All right, recruit, this is where we separate talkers from doers. You've been out here burning calories with your mouth instead of your body. That ends now. You don't need another deep conversation about your goals. You need reps, heavy, consistent, no excuses reps. Because physical discipline does something your endless talking never will. It builds real control. Every time you feel the urge to argue, complain, or explain your situation, that's energy. Raw fuel. And what did you do with it? You waste it on words. That's like pouring premium fuel onto the ground and wondering why your engine isn't running. Redirect it. Pick up something heavy. Move your body. Force yourself into action. The gym, the track, the grind, that's where your mind gets sharpened. Here's the truth you don't want to hear. Talking gives you the illusion of progress. You feel productive because you discussed the plan, analyzed the problem, maybe even vented a little, but nothing changed. Your life doesn't upgrade from conversations, it upgrades from execution. Physical discipline forces execution. You either lift the weight or you don't. There's no debate, no excuse, no, but I felt like nonsense. And when you train your body consistently, something powerful happens. Your tolerance for discomfort increases. Stress doesn't hit as hard. You stop reacting emotionally to every little challenge because you've practiced pushing through resistance. That's real mental toughness, not some motivational quote you repeat while doing nothing. So next time you catch yourself about to run your mouth, interrupt it. Drop down and give me reps. Go train. Go build. Replace noise with action. Less talking, more lifting. That's your new identity. Recruit. I'm going to say this once, so it drills straight through that validation-addicted brain of yours. You are not on this battlefield to be liked. You are here to complete the mission. But instead you keep looking left and right like a lost tourist, checking if people approve of your every move. That hesitation? That's weakness. That's how missions fail. Every time you seek validation, you split your focus. Half on the task, half on the audience, and guess what? The audience doesn't care as much as you think they do. You're out here performing for imaginary judges, while your actual objectives sit unfinished. That's not strategy, that's self-sabotage with extra steps. High-level operators don't wait for applause. They don't need reassurance mid-execution. They lock in, eliminate distractions, and move with purpose. Silence becomes their shield. No unnecessary updates, no constant explaining, no fishing for approval. Just progress. Cold, efficient, undeniable progress. And here's the twist, recruit. The moment you stop chasing validation is the moment you start earning respect. People trust the one who moves with certainty, not the one constantly asking, "Was that okay?" Confidence isn't loud. It's consistent. It's focused. It's finishing what you started without needing a cheer squad. So here's your directive. Detach from opinions. Stop checking reactions. Stop narrating your journey for others. Replace that need for approval with obsession over completion. Mission first, always. All right, recruit, final lesson, so try not to fumble it. This isn't about becoming some silent statue lurking in the corner like a broken NPC. This is about control. Right now, your communication is wild, emotional, and all over the place. You talk when you feel like it, not when it's effective. That's undisciplined. That's sloppy. And sloppy gets ignored. Controlled communication means every word you say has a purpose. No filler, no rambling, no emotional leakage. You speak to move things forward, not to release tension or fill silence. Silence doesn't scare you, because you understand something most people don't. The one who is comfortable being quiet is the one who holds the frame. When you master this, something shifts. People start paying attention. Why? Because they realize you're not wasting oxygen. When you speak, it matters. Your words carry weight because they're rare, deliberate, and sharp. That's influence, not volume, not speed, precision. And don't get it twisted, recruit. This isn't about being cold or robotic. It's about being intentional. You can still joke, connect, lead, but you choose when and how. You're not reacting, you're deciding. That's the difference between someone in control and someone just making noise. So here's your final order. Before you speak, ask yourself, does this move the mission forward? If the answer is no, lock it down. Stay silent, observe. Then strike with clarity when it actually counts. That's how you turn communication into a weapon. Now get out there and stop sounding like background chatter, recruit.